Thanks for tuning in and welcome to this week's review of Hot Rods starring Andy Samberg.
You're a terrible stuntman.
What?
You're a terrible stuntman!
I'm just kidding. I can hear you. It was just really mean.
I don't even know where to start with this movie. What I just showed you was all the funny parts, and it was all from the trailer. I was almost tempted to say nothing and just leave a rating. But I had to at least say something, as hard as it is to talk about this movie right now. And I try to be positive in my reviews and not be too hard on movies. But damn, I swear this movie took a month off my life. So if you want to hear a rant about this movie, then keep watching. If not, I think you pretty much know the road this one's going to go down, so there's no need to stick around any further. And look, we've all seen some pretty bad movies in the past. Ishtar, Gigli, The Island of Dr. Moreau, they all come to mind when thinking horrible movies. At least 6 people walked out of the theater during this movie, all within the first 40 minutes. If you played this over and over on a loop, it could be kind of like an Iron Man contest to see who had the will to stay in their seats longer than the next guy. Maybe it could be on like the next Survivor. You know, I don't envy many people in life, or any people in life actually, but this is one of the few times that I really wanted to be one of those people that was leaving the theater. It was that bad. And I'm sure some people are going to like this movie, and I have no idea why, but some people will. And I've only walked out of a theater once in my life, and tonight would have been twice if I was not doing these reviews on YouTube. And don't even ask me the other time, because I think I actually successfully blocked it out of my mind like it was some sort of childhood trauma. And this movie can be summed up in 2 words. Stupid. This movie was so bad that I actually felt pain waiting for it to end. It made me want to be back in school for detention. I wish I was watching the second hand of the clock go round and round and round while doing nothing but stare at it for hour after hour. That's what it felt like waiting for this movie to end. I would rather change 20 babies' diapers while getting a root canal to see this movie again. It made kicking an old school look like Citizen Kane. I know some of you are going to come at me pretty hard with some hate mail after seeing this review, so instead of being rude, try this. Please. Tell me why some of you actually like this movie, because I'm dying to know. I just don't get how this really could be funny to anyone. I just don't get it. Sure, this is somewhat of an offshoot of the Will Ferrell type movie that has a real goofy, moronic sense of humor, but at least with his films, I do actually have some fun. Imagine you're walking through an arcade, a dollar arcade, and you see the preview of a game, and you decide to put $1 in it. And it just opens a screen, and it says, "Thank you, please play again." That would probably best describe my feelings on this movie. I felt like I just flat out got hot robbed. The only difference is that with a game, I could just leave immediately. Maybe if the game had a loading screen in place telling me a few more seconds until the level's loaded, so this way I would stick around waiting for it to finish, and then say, "Thanks for playing." Now that would be more equivalent to how I felt after this movie, if the load time was, say, about an hour and a half long. What this movie managed to do was take things from the pop culture era of the 70s and 80s, completely remove all traces of humor and originality, and barf it onto a film reel. There were a couple parts in the film where they actually tried to pull at your heartstrings. Ugh. I couldn't believe they actually went for some drama with this utterly stupid movie. So if you're on the fence on this one, don't see it. It will be out on video in like 3 weeks. And trust me, it won't be long for this one to be at your local Blockbuster. All you need to do is watch the trailer and you're home. And believe me, all the best stuff is in there. I had about 2 chuckles at most. But if you have to look at a train wreck as you drive by it, or you're just interested in listening to a full soundtrack from the music group Europe throughout this entire movie, then my friends, this is your film. If not, then you really don't need to bother. For my overall rating, you have Hot Rod. 0 stars.